Before you can build anything meaningful in life, whether it's a career, a relationship, a lifestyle, or a legacy, you must begin with vision. Vision is your internal blueprint. It's the image you hold of the life you want to live, the person you want to become, and the difference you want to make. Without vision, we drift. With it, we lead ourselves intentionally. Think of it this way. If you were going on a trip and didn't know where you were going, how would you know which road to take? Life works the same way. Defining your vision gives you direction. It becomes your North Star, guiding your choices, your energy, and your time. But here's the key. Your vision must be personal, vivid, and honest. It can't be borrowed from someone else. What success looks like to you might be entirely different from what it looks like to someone else. Maybe your vision involves launching a company, or maybe it's raising a loving family. Maybe it's traveling the world, or maybe it's creating art that moves people. Whatever it is, it must feel true to you, not to society's expectations. To define your vision, start by asking yourself some powerful questions. What does my ideal day look like? Who am I when I'm at my best? What kind of impact do I want to have on others? What values matter most to me? If I couldn't fail, what would I do? Be honest, be bold, and don't be afraid to dream big. Once you have some clarity, write it down. Put it into words. Describe your vision in the present tense as if it's already real. For example, I am leading a fulfilling life where I use my creativity to inspire others and live with purpose each day. Writing it down helps solidify it in your mind and heart. Now, here's an important truth. Vision without action is just a dream. You must break it down into goals and daily habits. Your vision gives you the why, but your goals and habits are the how. Every small decision you make should serve that larger vision. Over time, you will begin to live into it step by step, day by day. Also, be flexible. As you grow, your vision may evolve. That's okay. The purpose of vision is not to trap you in a rigid plan, but to keep you focused and inspired as you move forward. In the end, defining your vision is the first step to creating your life with intention. It's the foundation. When you know where you're going and why it matters, you become unstoppable, not because the path is easy, but because the direction is clear. So don't just live by default, live by design. Define your vision, and then bring it to life. If defining your vision is the first step to creating your life, then taking responsibility is what gives that vision power. It's the moment you stop waiting for someone else to fix your life and start owning it, fully, completely, and unapologetically. Taking responsibility means you recognize that you are the author of your story. It means you stop blaming your past, your parents, your circumstances, or luck. It doesn't mean those things don't influence you. They absolutely do, but they don't control your future. Only you do. We live in a world that often encourages blame. It's easier to point fingers. It's easier to say, it's not my fault. But here's the truth. Blame may feel good temporarily, but it gives away your power. The more you blame, the more you wait for someone to change, for the situation to improve, for your luck to turn around. When you take responsibility, you do the opposite. You take your power back. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what can I do about it? That shift in mindset is life-changing. It means if you're not happy in your job, you stop complaining and start planning. If you're unhealthy, you stop making excuses and start making choices. If your relationships are struggling, you reflect on how you contribute to the problem and the solution. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you never fall. It means when you do, you own it. You learn, you grow, you get back up, and that builds confidence like nothing else. It also creates freedom, because when you realize your life is in your hands, you're no longer stuck. You're no longer waiting, you're in motion, and motion creates momentum. This doesn't mean being hard on yourself. Responsibility is not the same as guilt. It's not about perfection. It's about ownership. It's about acknowledging that while you can't control everything that happens, you can always control how you respond. This is especially important when life feels unfair, because sometimes it is. But even in the face of injustice or hardship, responsibility means asking, what now? What next? What is mine to do? It's not always easy, but it's always empowering. And here's something powerful. When you take responsibility, people start to notice. You earn trust, you lead by example, you become someone others can count on. Not because you're perfect, but because you're accountable. In the end, the life you want won't come from blame, luck, or passivity. It will come from the decisions you make and the actions you take, especially when it's hard. So if you want to create your life, start here. Take responsibility, own your power, and become the kind of person who doesn't just dream about change, but makes it happen. Creating the life you want is not about a single moment of inspiration or one big decision. It's about the small, consistent actions you take every day that shape your future. That's why building daily habits is one of the most powerful steps you can take. Habits are the invisible architecture of your life. They are the routines and behaviors you perform automatically, often without thinking, that either move you closer to your vision or pull you away from it. The amazing thing about habits is that they compound over time. Just like money grows with compound interest, your habits multiply their impact as days, weeks, and months pass. Imagine two people with the same goal, improving health, learning a skill, or starting a business. One person exercises for just 15 minutes every day, reads a book for 10 minutes, or writes a few sentences toward their goal. The other waits for motivation, doing nothing consistently. Over a year, the first person's small daily efforts will create massive results, while the second will likely remain stuck. So how do you build daily habits that stick? Start small. Don't overwhelm yourself by trying to change everything at once. Instead, choose one or two simple habits that align with your vision. For example, if your vision is to get fit, start with a 10-minute walk daily. If you want to grow your career, commit to reading one article or watching a tutorial every day. Make it easy. Set yourself up for success by reducing friction. Lay out your workout clothes the night before. Keep a book or journal by your bed. The easier the habit is to start, the more likely you are to follow through. Anchor habits to existing routines. Attach new habits to something you already do. For example, after brushing your teeth, meditate for 2 minutes. After your morning coffee, write down your top 3 priorities. This helps create a natural trigger for the new habit. Track your progress. Seeing your streak build creates motivation. Use a habit tracker app, a calendar, or even a simple checklist to mark every day you complete the habit. The visual proof of consistency fuels commitment. Be patient and compassionate. Habits don't form overnight. It takes time, sometimes weeks or even months, for a new behavior to become automatic. When you miss a day, don't beat yourself up. Get back on track immediately. Consistency over time is what matters most. Celebrate small wins. Acknowledge your effort, no matter how small. Each day you follow through is a victory. This positive reinforcement strengthens your motivation and builds momentum. Finally, remember that habits aren't just about discipline. They are about creating the environment for success. Your habits reflect your priorities. When you build habits aligned with your vision, you create a powerful force that propels you forward, even on days when motivation is low or obstacles arise. In essence, building daily habits is about taking control of your life one small step at a time. These steps may seem insignificant now, but in time they create a foundation so strong it can support your biggest dreams. So don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. Start today with one small habit. Build it daily and watch how your life transforms one step at a time. One of the biggest barriers to creating the life you want is the natural human tendency to seek comfort. Comfort feels safe, familiar, and easy. But comfort can also become a cage, a place where dreams go to quietly fade away. If you truly want to build a life of meaning and purpose, you must learn to choose growth over comfort. Growth means stepping into the unknown, facing challenges, and pushing beyond your current limits. Growth is uncomfortable. It's where you feel uncertain, vulnerable, and sometimes even afraid. But here's the paradox: growth and comfort cannot coexist. You cannot stay stuck in your comfort zone and expect to transform your life. Think about the times you've grown the most. Maybe it was learning a new skill, overcoming a setback, or taking on a responsibility you initially thought was beyond you. That growth probably came with discomfort, maybe fear, frustration, or failure. But it also brought something priceless: progress, confidence, and a sense of achievement. Choosing growth means embracing discomfort as a sign that you're moving forward, not a sign to turn back. It's recognizing that discomfort is temporary, but the rewards of growth are lasting. So, how do you choose growth over comfort in your everyday life? Start by identifying where you play it safe. Are there areas where you avoid taking risks because it feels easier not to try? Maybe it's speaking up in meetings, starting that project, or having tough conversations. Recognize those moments and remind yourself that growth waits on the other side of discomfort. Reframe failure as feedback. Fear of failure keeps many people stuck in comfort. But failure isn't a dead end, it's information. It tells you what didn't work and points you toward what you need to try next. Every failure is a stepping stone to mastery. Set stretch goals that challenge you. Goals that are too easy won't push you to grow. Set goals that require you to stretch your skills, mindset, and perseverance. These goals should feel just outside your current reach, that sweet spot where you feel excited and a little scared. Build resilience by practicing discomfort. Start small by intentionally doing things that make you a bit uncomfortable. It could be waking up early, cold showers, public speaking, or trying a new hobby. These small acts strengthen your ability to handle bigger challenges later. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. The people you spend time with influence your mindset. Seek out those who challenge you to be better, who value learning, and who support your journey even when it gets tough. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Growth is a journey, not a destination. Celebrate every step forward, even when it's messy or slow. The fact that you're choosing growth over comfort every day is a victory in itself. Remember, comfort is tempting because it feels easy, but it's often a trap that limits your potential. Growth might be uncomfortable in the moment, but it opens doors to possibilities you never imagined. If you want to create a life that's extraordinary, you must be willing to choose growth over comfort, again and again, because your dreams live just beyond the edge of your comfort zone. The people and environments you surround yourself with have an incredible impact on the life you create. Just as a plant thrives or withers depending on the soil, sunlight, and water it receives, your growth depends largely on the energy you choose to keep around you. That's why one of the most important steps to creating your life is to surround yourself with energy, with people, places, and influences that uplift, inspire, and challenge you to be your best self. Energy is contagious. Have you ever noticed how spending time with a motivated, positive person can boost your own enthusiasm, or how hanging around negative, pessimistic people can drain your willpower and dull your dreams? This is no accident. Humans are wired to pick up on the moods and attitudes of those around them. So if you want to cultivate a life full of purpose and joy, you need to be deliberate about whose energy you let into your space. First, focus on the people in your life. Surround yourself with those who believe in you, even when you struggle to believe in yourself. Seek out mentors who have walked the path before you, friends who encourage your growth, and colleagues who inspire you to improve. These people won't just cheer you on, they'll also hold you accountable, challenge your thinking, and push you beyond what you think is possible. At the same time, it's crucial to set boundaries with those who drain your energy. Toxic relationships, chronic negativity, and unsupportive influences can sabotage your progress. This doesn't always mean cutting people out completely. Sometimes it means limiting your time with them or changing the way you interact. Protecting your energy is a form of self-respect and a necessary act of self-care. Beyond people, consider your physical environment and the content you consume, the places you spend your time. whether your home, workplace, or social settings, should energize you. Keep your spaces organized, inspiring, and aligned with your goals. Declutter your surroundings to reduce stress and invite clarity. Be mindful of what you feed your mind. Books, podcasts, social media, and news all influence your mindset. Choose content that motivates, educates, and empowers you. Unfollow or disengage from sources that stir anxiety, self-doubt, or distraction. Surrounding yourself with energy also means tapping into your own inner energy. Take care of your body and mind through sleep, nutrition, movement, and mindfulness. When you feel physically and mentally strong, you naturally radiate positive energy that attracts similar vibes from others. Finally, cultivate gratitude and celebrate wins, not just the big ones, but the small victories along the way. Gratitude raises your energy and shifts your focus toward abundance rather than scarcity. When you appreciate what's working, you're more motivated to keep moving forward. In summary, creating your life isn't just about what you do, it's about who and what you let influence you. Choose to surround yourself with high energy, positive, growth-minded people and environments. Protect your energy fiercely, nurture it daily, because the energy you surround yourself with will fuel your journey, shape your mindset, and ultimately determine the quality of your life. One of the most powerful secrets to creating your life is surprisingly simple, and yet often the hardest to practice consistently. Keep showing up. In the journey toward building the life you want, motivation will fluctuate, obstacles will appear, and doubt will creep in. There will be days when everything feels effortless and exciting, and days when every step feels like a struggle. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't often comes down to this one thing: persistence. The willingness to show up again and again, regardless of how you feel in the moment. Showing up means making a commitment to your vision and honoring it daily, even when you're tired, discouraged, or uncertain. It means putting in the work when the initial excitement wears off, because the truth is, most success stories are not about sudden breakthroughs or dramatic moments. They are about the accumulation of consistent, sometimes imperfect action. Think of any skill you've learned, habit you've built, or challenge you've overcome. What got you there? Most likely it wasn't perfection. It was the refusal to quit. It was deciding to take the next step, then the next, even when progress was slow or invisible. Showing up also means embracing failure and setbacks as part of the process. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a vital part of success. Each time you show up after a failure, you gain valuable experience, resilience, and insight. You learn what works and what doesn't. You become stronger. Sometimes showing up means simply starting, especially on days when you feel overwhelmed. You don't have to finish everything perfectly. You just need to begin. A few minutes of focused effort can spark momentum that carries you forward. It's also important to cultivate patience. Real change takes time. The life you want to create isn't built overnight. It's built through countless small decisions and actions that add up over weeks, months, and years. When you keep showing up, you honor the process instead of rushing the result. Another crucial aspect of showing up is self-compassion. Don't be harsh with yourself for missing a day, feeling stuck, or facing doubts. What matters is what you do next, getting back on track without guilt or shame. Forgive yourself, remind yourself why you started, and keep moving forward. Showing up is a choice, a daily decision to prioritize your vision and take action, no matter what. It's the bridge between dreams and reality. Remember, every successful person you admire has faced moments of doubt and hardship. What set them apart is their persistence. They showed up when it was hard. They showed up when they didn't feel like it. They showed up even when it seemed pointless. So when you feel like giving up, remind yourself, progress is made by those who keep showing up. Because the life you want is created not just by big leaps, but by the quiet, steady footsteps you take every day. Keep showing up. Your future self will thank you.